Kusampola. So today we'll be going over the solution for the monthly maths challenge of April. So for the month of April, we are given with this question. It is an algebraic question, and in the question we are given with three riders, Tandin, Jigme, and Roshan, and they are practicing for the tour of the dragon. So in the question we are given a rectangular track, and they are using this track to practice for their upcoming competition. So we are given with the dimension of the track, that is 1 kilometer by 2 kilometer. With that, we are also given the constant speed at which each rider travels and the direction in which each rider is traveling in. So we will quickly write this information down. So Roshan moves with a speed of 0.4 kilometer per hour, that is 400 meters per hour, and similarly Jigme moves with it's 0.8 kilometers per hour, but he moves in clockwise direction, unlike Tandin and Roshan, who move in anti-clockwise direction, and Tandin moves with a speed of 1 kilometer per hour. So what we have to find over here is, the question is asking us to calculate the time that is elapsed in hours after 5 successive meetings between the three riders. So to calculate this, what we can do is, it's really hard to keep a track of the position of all the three riders. So what we can do is, we can calculate the time it is required for two riders to meet, and calculate the position of the third rider, and see if the third rider meets with the two riders that are meeting or not. So for this, what we'll do is, firstly we will calculate the time required for Tandin and Roshan to meet for the first time. So for Tandin and Roshan to meet, since they are traveling in the same direction, they need to cover the same amount of distance. So that will be, the distance covered by Tandin will be his speed times the time, which will be we'll take as x is equals to 0.4x plus 3, because as we can see over here, Roshan has a 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, 3 kilometer head start to Tandin. So we have 0.6x is equals to 3, so x is equals to 5. So what we can see from here is that Tandin and Roshan seem to be meeting after 5 hours. So after 5 hours, we can calculate where each of the riders' position will be relative to A. So to calculate their position, what we'll do over here is we'll use modular arithmetic. So Tandin's position will be his speed times the time, which will be 5, which will be congruent to 5 mod 6. So his position is this. Then Roshan's will be 0.4 times 5 plus 3, which will be congruent to, it will be 2 plus 3, which is congruent to 5 mod 6. And this is a given because we have calculated the time at which these two riders meet, so it is only given that they have the same position. So now what we have to do is mainly calculate the position of Jigme and see if he resides at the position 5 mod 6 or not. So Jigme's position will be, he will have, we'll use negative over here because he travels in the opposite direction, so it will be 0.8 times 5. So this will be equivalent to negative 4, which is congruent to 5 mod 6. So we can see that after the 5th hour mark, all of them meet at the same position, that is the position 5 mod 6 with respect to A. So we can conclude that their first meeting takes place after 5 hours. Now what we'll do is we'll calculate the time required for the rest of their meetings. So now what we have is that all the three riders are at the same position. So similar to what we did before, we'll calculate the time required for Tandin and Roshan to meet again. But this time for Tandin and Roshan to meet again, Tandin has to go around a full lap and catch up with Roshan. So his distance would be 1x, which is equals to 0.4x plus 6, which is the total perimeter of the rectangular track. So one lap is 6 kilometers. So what we have over here is that 0.6x is equals to 6, so x is equals to 10. So Tandin and Roshan meet for the second time after 10 hours. So now what we'll do is similar to what we did before. We'll calculate the position of all three riders relative to the position of their first meeting. So what we have over here is 1 times 10, which is congruent to 10, which is equals to 10, which is congruent to, this will be congruent to 10 will be, so 6 to the 12, so 10 will be 6 4, so this will be 4 mod 6, and we have 0.4 times 10, which is congruent to 4 mod 6, as we can see over here. And then we calculate for Jigme, so it will be negative 0.8 times 10, which is congruent to negative 8, which is congruent to 4 mod 6. So we can conclude that they all meet for the second time after 10 hours after their first meeting, since they are all at the same position. So now what we have is that they are again at the same position, and since they move with a regular speed throughout their training and their direction does not change, what we can see from here is that they will meet again after a regular interval of 10 hours like the second meeting, because they have same initial starting point and they move with regular speed and direction throughout their training. So after the first meeting, what we can conclude is that for the second, third, fourth, fifth, and so on meetings, it occurs after a regular interval of 10 hours. So for 5 successive meetings between such 3 riders, the total time taken will be, therefore the total time taken would be so 5 hours for the first meeting, and after the first meeting it occurs after a regular interval of 10 hours. So we have 4 such remaining meetings, so it is 4. So it's 5 plus 40, so it goes to 45 hours. So the 3 riders meet for the 5th successive time after 45 hours. Thank you.